Our next esteemed speaker is Darren Roberts. Darren will lead a community circle on the holy plant medicines. Darren Roberts, an experienced lead pastor, has a transformative life journey overcoming a 30-year addiction to cocaine and heroin through holy plant medicines. He is a beacon of inspiration in the spiritual and holistic wellness sphere. With a broad educational background and a deep understanding of Western sickness, he guides individuals towards transformative healing. In his role, Darren conducts medicine ceremonies, delivers insightful lectures, and leads educational initiatives. Rooted in profound studies of Upanishads and the Holy Bhagavad Gita, his passion for spiritual growth is evident. He tirelessly pursues knowledge in diverse fields like Buddhist and Sanatana philosophies, quantum mechanics, and explores consciousness and yoga sutras for continued enlightenment. This will be a 20-minute interactive session where Darren will share his expertise and experience and create space for the audience to join in the conversation by sharing their thoughts and questions. Darren Roberts will return tomorrow at 8:50 p.m. EDT to lead a second community circle on plant medicines and Advaita Vedanta. So now I will let Darren take over and lead the community circle.
Thank you, Ruby. That was a wonderful introduction. Thank you. Thank you for having me here. I'm honored to be here with you and everybody else present. Thank you all for coming. Yeah, so I'm a strong plant medicine advocate. I overcame a lot of obstacles in my life with the use of plant medicine. And when I saw what it had done for me, I wanted to turn around and help it do for others as well. So I started up some different groups, some support groups and stuff like that. I opened a church, and we cater to people in the area, help them, bring them along, help them overcome their obstacles too, you know. And I think for a lot of us, first hearing about plant medicine, the question becomes, should I do it, you know, or not? Does it really work? Is it everything that it's been cracked up to be? And for me, for my part, at least, I would say, yes, it is. It's definitely everything it's been cracked up to be, you know. It definitely delivers, you know, what it claims to. Nowadays, there's a lot more trials going on, studies being conducted, and the efficacy of the medicine, you know, and all the results so far have all been very positive. So yeah, I think though the thing is a lot of people enter into the medicine path perhaps a little bit too lightly. I think what's important and what I see, the people who have more success with the medicine are the people that spend some time investigating it, you know, putting forth a lot of effort, a lot of time into study, you know, what exactly is this plant medicine, you know, what is it all about? How does it actually work in the body, on the brain, on the mind, you know? It's almost magical, you know, it works so well. It's, you know, nothing short of miraculous as far as I'm concerned. But we do have to put in our own work into it, you know. It requires a lot of studies, it's a very, very, you know, broad field, you know. Psychology is such a huge part of it, you know. Studying psychology, Carl Jung, you know, was really big for me in the beginning, learning, you know, about the shadow self and whatnot, you know, spent a lot of time studying that. And the people that put the effort in are usually the ones that are most successful. Um, then, and there's such a variety of the medicines too out there, I think ayahuasca probably has been the most popular one in the past few years. And the mushrooms also, they're really good too for the healing, and the whole line, the LSD, the DMT, the 5-MeO, all of those medicines, they're all just slightly different, but all pretty much accomplish the same goal. For me, I think the ayahuasca ceremony is really good. I think that the way they're set up here in this country and in South America too, where you go and you spend a weekend with a group of people, and there's usually a Friday night ceremony and a Saturday night ceremony, and you spend time with these people together the whole weekend. You're pretty much isolated from the rest of the world for the weekend, and you develop close bonds with these people that you're with. You make yourself vulnerable when you drink the medicine, and it takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of trust. So you build up bonds with these people that you spend the weekend with. Some of the other medicines aren't designed around a group thing. There may be more can be done on their own or with a small number of people. I think the group thing is really good because it'll expose you to other aspects of the ceremony or the medicine that you might not be aware of. You're drinking with people who are at different spots along the path. Some people are further along than say you might be. And and I know when I went, I would talk to people, pick their brain, see where they're at, see what they have to say about it. Look at the books that people are reading, the books people bring with them down there. And see what the other people are looking at, see what the other people are studying. Every ceremony that I went to, there's always statues of the Buddha or of Shiva and Kali. You see them all the time there. And the medicine, if you get into it and you get on the path, you'll find that it leads you to these things, towards the Buddhism and towards the Hinduism, the Advaita Vedanta. I before the medicine, I really didn't have much of an interest in Buddhism or the Hinduism, but through the study and the use of the medicine, it led me there, which I found very interesting. So, and then the more that you learn and you learn about enlightenment, what enlightenment is about, and and you can take it as far as you want too. I mean, what does enlightenment mean? I think there's a lot of different definitions of it, and I think people can take the medicine as far as they want. Enlightenment to me can just be being freed from an addiction or being freed from a certain behavior. I don't think it has to be this full-blown enlightenment that these amazing gurus experience. And like I said, you can take it as far as you want. If you just want to be freed from some things and free up your life and begin to enjoy your life more, that's fine. For me, I've taken it a bit further than that. With all the studying, I enjoy it. It's very interesting to me. So yeah, it's been a really good journey for me. Right from since I started. I first heard about plant medicine in like 2014, and I was like, well, I had no idea what that was about, and then over the years, I began to learn, a bit more about it. And I think around 2017 or so, I began to investigate it, a little bit more deeply. And and finally at one point, I guess it was a bit of a low point for me in my life, I just said, I'm gonna do it, and I made up my mind, and I did it, and I called the church and booked a retreat for that weekend, and just no looking back since, it really changed my life, in a positive way. I've grown and matured so much, so yeah, I mean, if any of you are thinking about it, considering it, it's been life-changing for me, and I know many other people who it's been completely life-changing for them too, so yeah, I don't know.
So I had a couple of questions, Darren, if you're okay with
Yeah,
questions right now.
sure.
I was wondering if you could maybe tell us a little bit about the different types of healing holy plant medicines that are there.
Yeah, sure, I can do that. Well, like I said, ayahuasca seems to be the most popular nowadays. The ayahuasca is it's a drink. It's usually passed out by a shaman at the ceremonies. It's a very small cup of a very dark and thick liquid, and it's terrible tasting. It's the most nastiest, foulest stuff you'll ever drink, um and but you force it down. We force it down, every time. It definitely takes some courage to drink. Every time you drink, it doesn't get any easier. Every time you're going to drink that medicine, you got to really build up courage and force it down. But you do it, and you live through it, and it will provide you with a journey, sometimes that can be absolutely beautiful, and other times can be a little frightening too, but what it will do is it will show you the mistakes that you're making in your life. It'll point out things like that for you, so when you come out of the medicine and integration the next day, you can discuss what the medicine has brought up for you. And then what you try to do is you try to take what you saw, in the journey and integrate it into your life. Like, how can I incorporate this message that I got last night into my life to help me along my way, to help better my life, to make my life easier and happier. Integration is a very big part of it. I mentioned the preparation a lot prior to the ceremony, but really it's after the ceremony that all the work really begins with the integration. That's a very important aspect of it. You'll hear talk about integration a lot in the community. There's a lot of different things buzzing around about integration. What is it, and who can help me with integration and whatnot. And I suggest that if you do try the medicine, find a good integration coach, or like with me, all of my friends are all in the medicine community, and we discuss amongst ourselves. We don't use specialists per se, not that we wouldn't or shun them, but we're an experienced group of medicine users and ayahuasca drinkers, and we within the church, within the tribe, help each other grow through things. And then the other medicine, I think maybe probably almost as popular as the ayahuasca, I would think, is the mushrooms. The mushrooms are very good for healing. As well, the mushrooms are not so much a group thing, done like as a group as much as the ayahuasca is. And so it doesn't offer that camaraderie and that networking that you get when you do a ayahuasca ceremony with, say, anywhere from 10, 20, 30 people, and you get to network and know people and grow through that networking. But they're a very good medicine, for sure. I would say those are probably the two most popular. There were some other medicines out there. LSD was really popular in the 60s. That's very effective too. And helping out us heal and helping us bring to light, to consciousness, what we're doing wrong, what's going on inside of us. But some people don't like that. The LSD is a very long lasting medicine. It can be 8 to 10 hours. And sometimes it can get to be a little, I don't know what the word is, perhaps tiresome, being in the medicine for that long. Mushrooms and ayahuasca are anywhere from like 2 to say 6 hours long, so yeah, so some people kind of shy away from the LSD for that reason, but it's still very effective, yeah, and there's a lot of other medicines out there too. I mentioned 5-MeO earlier, either with bufo or the synthetic, is a very, very powerful medicine. Yeah, it's kind of in a class of its own, it really kind of stands on its own. It's a very, very powerful medicine. I've seen bufo and 5-MeO, make grown men cry, bring grown men to tears. So it's definitely nothing to be trifled with. It's really good, but make sure you get a good, shaman or trip sitter if you're gonna try that medicine.
Yeah, Darren, thank you so much. Over
Yeah.
here, Anouk, I had a question. Did you want to maybe ask the question, Anouk?
Me?
Yes, Anouk had a question. Yeah.
Yes, I have no problem asking it myself. I
Okay.
have a question long time between, is there a spiritual efficacy difference between ayahuasca and DMT?
Well, technically speaking, ayahuasca's active ingredient is DMT. All right. I assume you're referring to like a DMT that the people smoke.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Well, the DMT that people smoke is the active ingredient in ayahuasca. But how it works is DMT, when ingested orally, the stomach enzymes will negate any effects of the DMT. But with ayahuasca, it's mixed with another plant. And when it's mixed with that other plant, it becomes orally ingestible. So ayahuasca is, in essence, a 3-hour DMT high, where when you smoke the DMT, it's a 5-minute high. When you drink it in ayahuasca, it's a much more extended, still though, DMT high. Yeah, yeah. And I don't know if you've smoked DMT or not before, but when you smoke it, Terrence McKenna, I don't know if you're familiar with him or not. He was really big on the DMT, and he would refer to it as a Bugs Bunny cartoon running reverse, the anvils falling out of the sky and whatnot. It's really just like zany, experience, but it's very good. It leaves you energized and charged, and it definitely cleans the cobwebs out of your mind. Yeah, yeah. Did that answer your question, or okay?
Yeah. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Darren. That was enlightening. Darren was here for a very short session today, 20 minutes, but he's going to be back tomorrow at 8:50 p.m. EDT. He's going to be collaborating with Samantha Perry, and they will be talking about transitioning from healing holy plant medicines to Advaita Vedanta. So that'll be a very, very beautiful collaboration that we all look forward to. Thank you so much,
Absolutely.
Darren. Yeah, thank you so much. Very kind of you, and we're very honored and privileged to have you with us today.